Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we will talk about Moderna Incorporated, traded at NASDAQ, ticker name MRNA. Well, MRNA is an interesting stock because it was showing a strong recovery uptrend after the COVID depth, and now it's actually in a correction mode. So the new wave can start any moment, starting from next week. And therefore it might open interesting buying opportunities, but also buyers should be careful for possible needed average down because further correction is still possible. To understand the levels and where it's interesting to buy and sell, let's have a look to general stats of mRNA. So actually, first we need to note here that actually from March 17 having this kind of COVID depth, we can call it. It was not really the super depth for mRNA because it was already in very low position 24th of April, and then we had this positive wave up, and actually the COVID depth was coinciding with just end of the wave. You can say here moving average 20, which is the green line, worked as double kind of support, and then the moving average 50 worked as support. So these two were pierced, and then actually this caused kind of depth for COVID news, and moving average 200, the red line was still never pierced. By the way, we have here three moving averages, 20, 50, and 200. With their depiction on the left. So coming back to the analysis, the stock starting from 17 of March was actually showing, even from April actually, its real depth was showing very strong recovery. There was a fast track until let's say the May 26, and then there was a slower one which seems to be continuing now. So we can say this one is track 1 and this is track or trend 2. So the trend 1 was many times reconfirmed, actually 23rd of March, and it was reconfirmed about 13th of April. Then it was still without going to it, but it was a double wave which started about beginning of May, and then finally having the minimum hammer here at 26th of May. The slower trend started, which showed one wave that was reconfirmed at the beginning of July. And now we have the second wave, which was partially kind of reconfirmed or actually supported or restarted, you can say, 22nd of July, having moving average 50 as its support, or you can say it was just continuation of the wave. And now it's in decline, so the wave is declining, meaning it's going to its reconfirmation. And here, speaking of reconfirmation and about correction, you can note several moments here. First of all, moving average 20 was pierced at the beginning of this trading week. Actually, you can see slightly we are going down, so next support is moving average 50 here, and then it will work like this wave at beginning of July reconfirmation, and trend 2 is also support here. So it's a kind of double support in this area, and that would be the area really interesting to buy. It's in the vicinity of moving average 50 and the trend 2 line. Also, it is important to remember, depending on the news or current situation, there could be another, let's say, correction or stronger support, which is at this level, and this you can call support line SL, and this will be really strong support. And if it pierces further, which is not really, let's say, expected, but it could be just one day momentary action, like for example it was at 26th of May with this hammer formation, then in vicinity of support line is also very good strong buy. You can really buy it nicely. And of course, if any, but this is really like almost impossible situation, if any super dramatic situation happens, here is a third extremely support line. Let's say it's like the final support line, you can call it FS. But most probably also moving average 200 here, by the way, of course, will work as support line. So it's really not expected to go here. It's just expected to be either a trend 2 confirmation or this SL line as a second defense. Then second wave should start, and once second wave starts, we will see until we can hold, but usually the good indication for the wave to end is when the RSI index reaches its overbought Like here it was, for example, at the previous wave maximum at about 19, 18 of July. Also, if you look at MACD, Divergence Convergence Index, you can indeed see that it's now, after having the top of previous wave, it's going down. We had a pierce zero and it's still going down. We still didn't find the minimum of the down wave, like for example it was here in about beginning of July, this minimum. We're still kind of seeking it. It might be still a little bit going down a little bit further beginning of week, or it might start recovering also from Monday. Anyway, it means that there is still capacity for further correction, and it coincides with our consideration that we will either go to a circle, dark circle 1 or 2 here. So this is most expected course of actions. And then, since RSI is in the middle, it's already prepared to start a new wave. It should return, and once we go again to, let's say, overbought RSI like we did here in the previous big waves, then you know it's about to end the wave. Also, of course, you need to keep in mind that there are tickers, charts information also need to be taken into consideration. For example, here you see like a double bottom was observed, and 2 times the dark candles were seen here, so also making this way, though it was pierced at the last wave, but it's a strong, if not let's say resist, but at least a very strong kind of volatility point. You can call it volatility / resist line. So here some fight will happen most probably, and then we will either decide to go further or go for another line of correction. We will see there. But anyway, for the moment, it's interesting opportunity to buy in the first circle or the second circle, so trend line 2 or support line sell. That was it for MRI. Overall, mid and long term, good stock, but need to watch for some correction and interesting buy opportunities, then it will be very profitable to play with it. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel.